back, everybody, to another edition of Nick and Knarf, two brothers in Tucson, bringing you music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. We're here to tickle your ears because we care for your ears.
Very much.
As Jimi Hendrix said.
Your ears are the most important part of your body.
Today, we are bringing you the most successful duo in rock and roll history.
Wow.
No, it's not Simon and Garfunkel. No, it's not Paul and Paula. It is Hall & Oates.
It's not Sacco and Vanzetti either.
And they like to go by Daryl Hall and John Oates. That's the actual name of the group, Daryl Hall and John Oates. I don't care what you want to call them. They're talented.
They're amazing. Can you believe? I mean, when I heard that thing, when Nick read that thing saying that they are the most successful duo of all time, it just took my breath away for a second because I couldn't imagine. I mean, not that they aren't great. It's just that you don't think of them first when you think of some of the biggest duos
More
of all
so
time.
than the Carpenters, the Everly Brothers, and Simon and Garfunkel. Because I know everybody would probably think Simon and Garfunkel have
Absolutely.
Got to be at the top,
Powerful,
which they probably are.
Powerful company to keep up there. But, I mean, you got to hear this discography.
Sacco and Vanzetti. Maury Wilson, Junior Gilliam.
Okay. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Okay, here we go. Anyway, dig this. 19 studio albums over their career. Started in the early 60s, by the way, right? Early 70s, excuse me, early 70s.
In Philadelphia,
in
PA.
Philadelphia, PA. 19 studio albums, 11 live albums, 30 compilation albums, 35 music videos. Of their 33 hits, singles, 29 were top 40
in the U.S.
6 of them were number one hits.
6 number one.
They had 7 platinum records and 6 gold records. Just incredible. And then their awards include 2003, they were inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, 2014 into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and in 2016,
the most important one of all,
the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Hollywood
so now you can walk all over Hall & Oates when you go down Hollywood.
And then, of course,
Boulevard.
you guys all know that Daryl Hall had that great show on TV where he would invite other artists to come and play with him and his band at Daryl's house.
I was thinking of taking something from this. There you go, live at Daryl's house, because I recorded some of their stuff. It's really a tremendous show. I believe you can see it streaming online if you haven't caught it. It's Daryl Hall featuring some of the greatest artists of all time, and it's really spectacular. They do cross covers of each songs and big songs.
He did, Smokey Robinson was on with him one night, and man, they were fantastic together.
Yep.
I mean, so good.
Yeah, they're great. But you know, we're gonna take 3 songs from them. I mean, it's so tough. They've got so many amazing tunes. I mean, you know, geez, you got besides the one we're doing, you got "Kiss on My List," "You've Lost That Loving Feeling," "Sarah Smile," "I Can't Go for That," "One on One," "Man Eater," "Say It Isn't So." Out of touch, and we're doing 3 of them today. Some really good ones, and it's a real little variety of different styles of Hall & Oates.
And you know, it brings you that flavor of the Philadelphia music scene. Remember, we talked about Todd Rundgren,
right?
Being from Philadelphia. Who else did we say was from Philly?
Oh, gee,
there are some great acts in Philly, and they got their own unique sound. It's a combination of Motown, rhythm and blues,
and rock.
What did you call it? Blue-eyed soul. Blue-eyed soul. I like that description. That really says a lot.
We're going to get into our selections here in just a second, but before we do, as always, like to invite you, if you have not, and you like what you're going to hear because we care for your ears, yeah, be sure to subscribe, hit that like icon for us, and share with your friends.
Don't forget that notification bell. Just lets you know when we're posting new stuff.
That's right. We got some great content besides these reaction videos. We do our choice cuts, which are great single songs, and sometimes now we're starting to do some videos. So I'm mixing in some stuff so you can enjoy it, and special features like old radio promos from albums and other things. Always trying to mix it up, but please consider subscribing. And if you have, you know you're our tribe. We love you so much, and we appreciate it. Anyway, we're going to do 3 tunes from the great Hall & Oates. And we're going to start first with Nick's choice. He wanted to choose this one. We got 2 other selections, both of which we both agree on. But this one is Nick's particular choice that he wanted to hear. This one is Hall & Oates from the Platinum Collection CD we got. This is Rich Girl. Here we go.
You're a rich girl, and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch, girl, but it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. Say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far. And don't you know that it's wrong to take what is given you so far gone on your own. You could get along if you try to be strong, but you'll never be strong, 'cause you're a rich girl and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch, girl, and it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. Say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far. High and dry, out of the rain. It's so easy to hurt others when you can't feel pain.
Like that.
Don't you know that a love can't grow? 'Cause it's too much to give, 'cause you'd rather live for the thrill of it all. Oh, you're a rich girl and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. And you can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch, girl, and it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. Yeah. Say money, money won't get you too far. Say money, money won't get you too far. Say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far. And you say you can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. You're a rich girl, a rich girl. Oh, you're a rich, rich girl, yeah. Say money, money won't get you too far.
So, Nikki, go ahead. Give us your
Okay,
take.
so a couple of things. One is, first of all, they would either write their songs together or independently and then come together. So they wrote most of their songs, which was really cool. Secondly, you could tell that this one here isn't as well mixed as some of their future albums are.
This is an early song, right, for them. And it's
And-
more of an AM song. That song was like 2 minutes and a half. It's
Yeah.
a short song because it was made for AM, I think. Made for AM.
And I'm
radio.
always thinking that Daryl Hall's voice is going to crack, but it doesn't. You know, he's got such good control, and he never loses his voice. So it just tells me that he's got really good control, going from his regular voice to his falsetto. He does such a great job.
You know, and it's early on, so you can see the beginnings of the evolution. You can see the mix of styles. I mean, you hear the R&B, you hear a very
Definitely.
AM pop sound, and there's also a hint of disco in there, don't you think, Nick?
Yes.
I mean, there's definitely a hint of disco. I mean, because they were making it in the mainstream right away, okay? And the thing is that's amazing about them is they had really crossover success. They didn't just like be big in contemporary pop.
Yeah.
They had lovers of their music, especially later on, in other, you know, like in album rock fans, hard rock fans and stuff, because they started evolving their style more and more. But this is definitely one of their
And you know,
poppy songs.
we talk centers of music. You know, of course, there's L.A., Hollywood. Then there's New York. Of course, there's Nashville. But Philly and of course Motown in Detroit.
Detroit, yeah.
But Philly has its own unique and amazing contribution to American folklore, music lore. And I think, you know, American Bandstand was filmed in Philly.
Bandstand was out of
so
Philly.
these
that's
guys
right.
obviously had to grow up with American Bandstand.
That's
I
right.
mean, you know, you can imagine. So it was all about dancing, and beat was important.
Absolutely. You know, you had to get your start in AM radio most of the time. I mean, they weren't a hard rock act, so they had to find their market, and they started. They started
not
mainstream.
that they can't play it. If you've heard Daryl and John Hall play, they can rock with the best of them. I'm telling you,
really
they just
good.
found their niche, and they're really good at it. And one thing I was going to say also about Daryl Hall, he has a tenor's voice. But you think that he'd probably be better at baritone. I don't know why, singing a little bit lower key, but he's so good with that high key because he's a natural.
They just had a natural knack for writing hit songs. They were just terrific.
We've talked in the past about guys who could sound different when they sing. Billy Joel is a guy who kind of, McCartney can kind of sound. Daryl Hall's another one.
He is.
He can sing in so many quote languages.
He really is.
You know?
They did really neat stuff together. Really. Anyway, what did you guys think of Rich Girl? Leave us your comments. We'd love to have a dialogue with you about it. So anyway, that's our first selection. That was a fun one to hear again. It's been a while.
It was
now, next song is a song that Nick and I used to do with our buddy Rich when we would get together and jam. This was one of our favorite Hall & Oates songs. It's a wonderful one to harmonize. It's got a catchy beat. It's really like an extension of sort of Rich Girl, but it's got more subtle style and it's more of a love song. And we did this all the time whenever we'd get together and play guitar. Anyway, and it's off that album that you see over in the right corner, Daryl Hall, John Oates from 1975. This one's called It's not one of their most famous and well-known hits, but it's sure one that stayed in our hearts. It's called It Doesn't Matter Anymore. Here we go.
I've been used to seeing the world with the eyes of two. Now you're gone, no more window shopping with you. Oh, I guess I'll spend another day walking around. Oh, don't think that I'm sorry, babe. Don't you think that I'm down? I ain't down, I ain't down. You know it doesn't matter. Yes, it doesn't matter anymore. And that's what I'm here to tell you. You know it doesn't matter. Yes, it doesn't matter anymore. I've been used. You might say that I've been misused. But I'm not gonna feel bad for myself, even though I've been bruised, so bruised. Oh, I guess I'll spend another day walking around. Oh, don't think that I'm sorry, babe. Don't you think that I'm down? I ain't down, I ain't down. You know it doesn't matter. Yes, it doesn't matter anymore. And that's what I'm here to tell you. You know it doesn't matter. Yes, it doesn't matter anymore.
Little lead, nice.
You don't hear a lot of leads in there, so.
Nope.
Ooh, I guess I'll spend another day walking around. Oh, don't think that I'm sorry, babe. Don't you think that I'm down? I ain't down, I ain't down, I ain't down, I ain't down. You know it doesn't matter. Yes, it doesn't matter anymore. And that's what I'm here to tell you. You know it doesn't matter. Yes, it doesn't matter anymore. And that's what I'm here to tell you. You know it doesn't matter. Yes, it doesn't matter anymore. Just doesn't mean thing. You know
Now, the one thing I liked better that we did is we slowed it down just a little bit because I think it's just a little too quick.
Talk about a song that's written so economically, so
Wasn't it?
sparely, and yet you got such nice little touches. What really makes this song survive the simplicity is those subtle little beat shifts and changes, and then when he goes to that chorus, it doesn't matter anymore, he goes to that note, more. That is a huge surprise in this song that really elevates it. I think the lead is really nice and tasty. So
very
simple.
tasty, very tasty.
But you hear how this song is so
the
simple.
bass line and
the bass line is
that
sweet.
carried the whole melody in a sense.
That's right. It's just a bass, a guitar, drums, and I don't know if there's a little bit of keyboard in there, but it's the voice and the layering, and it's like the counterpoint beats and the way the song is moving that makes the song interesting, no matter how simple it is.
It's the mood. It's always they're were so good at setting a mood.
Yep.
Because, again, it's all about dancing. It's for them. And again, growing up in Philadelphia, that's what it was about.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, you had to be able to dance. I mean, we were the same way in Hollywood. We wanted to be able to dance. You know, you had parties. Here we were 13, 14, 15, 16. We wanted to dance. We wanted to get close to the chicks. You wanted to dance, you know?
I tell you, it brings back memories when we used to practice it, because really, I do love this song. I don't know why. The more you hear it, the more it kind of grows on. No matter how simple it is, it's just sweet. There's a sweetness and a beat and a rhythm that's just engaging for such a simple, short song.
Yeah, they knew how to write some great ones.
What did you guys think of It Doesn't Matter
Do you like
Anymore?
that one? How wild are you about Hall & Oates? Again, they might seem a little bit too bubblegum for some people. I don't know. I just think that they're really talented, and they are a true representative, I think, of American pop music.
I know there's a lot of guys out there who think, why'd you pick these? Why'd you pick? I mean, it's so tough to pick the songs. Part of the reason, too, is because these songs are some of the lesser played ones, you know, that really resonated with us, too. But this next one, I'll tell you, it shows Hall & Oates moving away from, before we go, though, I want to make a comment, too, about that last song, too. That one has more of a R&B and a little bit of a Motown feel, not the disco sound.
Definitely.
It has a Motown R&B sound, much more like Blue Eyed Soul. But this next one has funk and drive, and it's grittier, and you can hear the production on it is really, really excellent. Just a tremendous song. One of their bigger hits, too. This one is called How Does It Feel to Be Back? Hall & Oates. Here we go. That's obviously John Oates singing this one.
And the rules and the rights and the wrongs don't apply far apart. So together is destiny wedded to fate. Now I write the scripts, you direct my dreams. Alone on the beach for the passionate scenes. It's a drag to wake up without you saying to me.
Sound to it.
Time and need. in my arms again. Feel to be back. How does it feel to be back? How does it feel to be back? How does it feel? How does it feel to be back? How does it feel to be back? Feel to be back. How does it feel to be back? How does it feel? How does it feel to be back? How does it feel to be back? Feel to be back. How does it feel to be back?
It's been a while since I've heard again that the ending is too many repetitive.
Yeah,
How
it's
does
a
it
little bit
feel?
long on the outro. I agree with you a little
But
bit.
it reminded me a lot of the Birds. Also, his
God.
singing at times reminded me of the lead singer of Love.
I heard about 4 or 5 influences in that song. You know, I really did. I heard like the Beatles, that.
Yeah,
it
that
sounded like
part
something
there.
from a Beatles song. I don't
It
know.
did.
But you're right. That little bit of the thing sounded like the Birds. But boy, I like that. Boom, 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 boom. That's a great funky start to the song, you know? And it's got that great beat when it goes to those 3 chords.
I mean, you almost hear a hint of country in there. You know that I don't know if that's John Oates' style in there. That's,
Yeah, I think it might be. There's
know?
probably more of an influence of John Oates on this one because
it was interesting.
But boy, I like the mix of some of the elements. It has a more straight ahead kind of conventional, simple rock foundation, you know, but then it dresses it up with a little bit of changes of funk and some harmony. I don't know.
Is there a little Tom Petty kind of sound?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
How does it feel to
It sounded
be
like
back?
it could be a number of other bands doing this song. That's what I was thinking. I could hear a number of other bands possibly doing this song, but I've always liked this song. And I know it hasn't been one of their monster hits, but it really just shows you the different styles of stuff they
Yeah.
could do. And then when you compare it to like Man Eater and, you know, some of the other stuff, you know, One on One. I mean, they go from romantic to funky to blues to, I mean, they could play everything. And now you listen to, like Nick says, if you watch the live from
man, he'll
Daryl's
do
house.
anything.
Daryl Hall, you don't realize
He's
how
so-
foundationally rock and roll the guy is.
And he can play many
But
instruments.
look, let's face it, the music business is a business. So these guys felt that at the moment,
That was their niche.
that was where they could capitalize
Yep.
and really make a mark. And plus, that was where their sensibility
And they were
was.
good
the time.
at it.
Well, they were great at it.
Great
and
at
they
it.
and they evolved. And obviously, you have to be great to be considered the #1 duo is selling in rock
Isn't
and roll
that
history.
amazing?
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, Jazz, you know, there's just so many great songs. And if you haven't heard the bulk of the Hall & Oates anthology, the collection, you're really missing some.
We'd
because
love
they
to
were
hear
really
from you
fabulous.
guys, especially those of
Absolutely.
you that maybe are getting a different view of maybe Hall & Oates by listening to some of the other songs that we played today that weren't quite so mainstream.
Right.
You know?
That was part of the reason why we select what we did, you know, because I mean, there's the other songs are well known. I know people like to hear them too, but we always like to put a little twist on stuff and, you know, play the stuff you want to hear too, but also maybe to have to say, hey, you remember this one or this? How about this minor little gem that you might not have remembered? But we sure hope you enjoyed our show dedicated to the great Hall & Oates.
Pass it on to your friends
Yeah,
via
that's right.
Facebook, Messenger, however you do it.
That's right. Let them
But
know about Nick
But
and
don't
Knarf.
forget to join us next time on Nick and Knarf.
Subscribe, like, and share because we're caring for your ears. Anyway,
Signing
peace
off.
out to all. Thanks for joining us. We love you. Take care. Ciao, Bumby.
Till next time.